Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. It's Lane and I'm starting a new video. Today I'm kind of doing my March TBR, but mostly I want to talk about my Koreadathon TBR, which is this week. It literally starts tomorrow. So I'm hoping to have this up tonight, but I'm gonna kind of throw in my March TBR as well. So stay tuned for that at the end if you want to see what else I'll be reading in March. Yeah, I have quite an ambitious TBR for March, but I'm feeling good about reading this month. Last month I was in a reading slump. I was busy, so I didn't read much. I literally read one book. It was a 5-star book, so that's good, but I'm hoping to read quite a bit this month, which I'm feeling good about. Like I said, ambitious, but we'll see how it goes. So I want to talk about my Koreadathon TBR first, and I have the prompts in my journal, so let me pull that up. Okay, the Koreadathon, like I said, is March 7th to 13th. It's hosted by Monica Kim and Chloe from Books with Chloe. You can find them on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. They also have a Koreadathon Twitter if you want to follow them on there. The prompts are pretty straightforward, and then on their Twitter they also posted some examples you could use for those prompts. So let's just go for it. The first prompt is reading the group book, which is Winter in Sakcho. This little book, I did already start it just to get a little bit of a head start. So that's this one, and I think it's translated from French. It's by a French-Korean woman, but it is about a little tourist town on the border of South and North Korea, Sakcho, obviously. It says, the cold slows everything down. Bodies are red and raw, the fish turn venomous. Beyond the beach, guns point out from the north's watchtowers. I think this French-Korean woman meets a guy who is French, who is staying at the little hotel that she helps run, and they sort of form this like weird relationship, and sort of agrees to accompany him sort of through Sakcho, I think mostly, but maybe through Korea. We'll just see what happens. I think it's quite an interesting novel. It's quite short too. I think it's like 154 pages, and the font is pretty big margins, so I think it'll be a quick read, and I'm really liking it so far. The details and like descriptions of Sakcho are really interesting. I really like it, and I like our narrator. I think her name is, ooh, I can't remember now. Well, I can't remember her name, but I really like her point of view and her descriptions of Sakcho. So that is the group book. That's prompt number 1. For prompt number 2 and for number 4, I'm fitting into the same book. So prompt 2 is reading a work that's translated from Korean to English for me. And number 4 is read an award-winning Korean novel. So that's gonna be Shoko's Smile. And this is, I think, a collection of stories. It does say, oh, the title story, Shoko's Smile, is about the fraught friendship between a Korean girl and a Japanese girl, unfolding over 13 years as they struggle with their dreams. Okay, so there is multiple stories, but the main story is about that. So, yeah, so I'm fitting it into 2 categories because it's translated from Korean and it is award-winning. I just know I won't be able to get through a ton of books in a week, so I want to keep it easy for me and just read some good books. So yeah, that's Shoko's Smile. That's what I'm hoping to read for prompt 2 and 4. Next up for prompt 3 is historical fiction. and that's gonna be The Red Palace by June Her for me. That's what I will be reading. I know they had a few others that I was sort of interested in, but then I read the synopsis and didn't think I could get through it. But this one sounds quite interesting. Our main character is a maid, I believe, in this palace, and she ends up finding 4 more murdered women, or something happens where she ends up getting involved in it and trying to find the suspect. And then it's possible it might be the Crown Prince. So this was on my list before that, and this just kind of gave me an excuse to get it and read it. So that's gonna be for prompt number 3. For prompt 5, it's read a manhwa or graphic novel or webtoon. I didn't really feel like searching for one or possibly buying a new book because I don't think I have many Korean graphic novels or anything like that. So I decided to just kind of put that prompt on hold, not do it. Maybe if I find something or see someone during that week read something, I'll pick one up, but for now I'm just not going to do that prompt. Like I said, I also want to keep it easy. I know a graphic novel would be easy, but I just had some novels either already in my bookshelves that I could get to, or, you know, wanted to keep it easy, as I've been saying. So for prompt number 6, it's read a book recommended by a Korean celebrity. And for this, I had to look some stuff up because I didn't really know. So I think it's a recommendation by a Red Velvet member, I believe a K-pop group. I can't remember her name. But she recommended Kim Ji-young, born 1982. This I've had on my shelves for a couple months now, and this is the perfect time to get to it, so I want to read it. I know it's about these sort of like misogynistic and oppression that South Korean women face, and I think it's supposed to be told through sort of multiple points of view, but her name's Kim Ji-young, so I think it's just like multiple stories of women and the oppression they face. So should be quite interesting. Also kind of a short novel, so I thought that would be a good one to add for this week as well. The back of it, I wanted to read a little bit. It looks like this. Let's see if it focuses. And it says, Kim Ji-young has started acting strangely. Kim Ji-young is depressed. Kim Ji-young is every woman. Kim Ji-young is a model employee who gets overlooked for promotion. Kim Ji-young is a girl born to a mother whose in-laws wanted a boy. So, should be quite interesting, and I'm excited to get to it. For prompt number 7, this is read a book that has a Korean diaspora character. And I decided to pick up one of the recommendations they had because I already had it on my shelves, and this is XOXO by Axio. And I believe this is about a girl who's a cellist, and she ends up meeting, I think he's a K-pop star, and it just kind of is about proving that you can chase your dreams and also have the person of your dreams. So like this says, it says XOXO is a new romance that proves chasing your dreams doesn't have to mean sacrificing your heart. So that is this one. This is the Fairy Loot edition that they sold, I think, last year. So that's why it's not the yellow that you normally see. But that will be for prompt number 7. And I'm pretty excited to get to it. Her other book that she just released, The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, I also sort of have on the list, and I thought it might fit under historical fiction if The Red Palace isn't working for me, because I believe it's like a Korean mythology retelling. So if I feel like reading it or replacing it with one, then I will. But I was pretty excited to get to that, so I may just read it anyways and put 2 books under historical fiction. So yeah, those are the books that I plan to read for the Korean readathon, or the Koreadathon, that I am very excited for. And they also have life challenges, I should mention. And one is cook a Korean meal or dish. Number 2 is watch a Korean film or show. And then number 3 is support a Korean creator. So those are their life challenges. I am gonna try to do those. I don't know if I could cook a Korean meal, so I may order something. Which I think would probably be even better and more authentic than what I can make. Not that I don't want to make some. I really love Asian food. Their flavoring is so good. And what they use is so good. So we'll see. I may try to look something up that may be easy, maybe even if it's just a snack that would be somewhat simple. We'll see. But yeah, that's my Koreadathon TBR, and now I will move on to my March TBR. Okay, so for the rest of my TBR, I have Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. This is for a book club on Instagram. I believe it's called the Mad Woman Book Club. They've mentioned, the person who runs the Mad Woman Book Club, that if you're under 18, probably don't read this, but with that being said, I'm over 18, I'm 25, so I'm gonna read this. And I think it's just about this woman who photographs men, and she ends up getting an exhibition, and then I think things just start going wrong with Irina, with her best friend, with a shy man from her local supermarket. We shall see what happens. I think it's sort of an unhinged girly. Things are going wrong, so we'll see. Really love the cover and kind of like the name as well. So yeah, that's on my TBR for this month as well. Next, I've been talking about this for a while. I don't know why I haven't gotten to it because I love fantasy, but this is Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sulin. And this is obviously about the daughter of the moon goddess. It is a Chinese mythology retelling. Otherwise, I don't know too much about it, and I'm just really excited for it. This was my most highly anticipated release for this year. Also, that cover. And I also gotta say, the Fairy Loot edition of this, if I could get my hands on it, I'd be happy. But I have this one, and it's a nice paperback, so I'm excited to read it, and I'm hoping to get to it soon. And then lastly, I will also be reading this for an Instagram book club called the Sad 20s Book Club. That's their handle. I'll put it in the description as well. For both of them, yeah, 2 books from an Instagram book club. And this is A Very Nice Girl by Imogen Crimp. This I think is about sort of what happens when you lose yourself in a relationship, especially a relationship you probably shouldn't be in. It says it's a bitingly honest, darkly funny debut about ambition, sex, power, and love. A Very Nice Girl cracks open the timeless questions of what it is to be young, what it is to want to be wanted, and what it is to find your calling but lose your way to it. So I've heard pretty good things about it on like Instagram and stuff. People who have reviewed it, who got an arc maybe. Sorry for this very weird lighting. But yeah, I want to read that. I saw that they were having that be their March pick, and I just recently got it, so I wanted to read it as well. Wow, love the sun. So yeah, that's it for my March TBR. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, ambitious, definitely, but we shall see what happens. I feel pretty good. I don't expect myself to get through all of these, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, hopefully you find something you want to read, or find some Instagram book clubs you want to join, or even join in on the Koreadathon. That would be great. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.